On behalf of the Edinburgh People's Festival, the Edinburgh May Day Committee and New Scotland website, I want to welcome you all here this evening to this celebration of the 90th anniversary of the Russian Revolution. As was announced there, I'm Colin Fox, I'm the chairman of the Edinburgh People's Festival. I was also recently an MSP for the Lothians until the counter-revolutionaries ganged up to overthrow me in May this year. I want to welcome you all for an absolutely brilliant night we have in store for you to celebrate the 90th anniversary of the Russian Revolution. What can you say about the Russian Revolution?
It's a pile of shit.
Well, that's one statement. But I tell you, the Russian Revolution, was it the most significant, most inspiring political event of all time?
No. Yeah.
Well, there's the questions and answers there. Were the Bolsheviks the last political group to make true in their promise to bring peace to end the world war, to bring land for the peasants and bread for the starving? Would it have happened without Lenin? Why did it all go wrong? These are some of the questions that are going to be asked tonight in the course of tonight's proceedings. We've got a fantastic line-up, and we're hoping that tonight will pose questions afresh, get you to think of questions afresh, get you to laugh afresh and consider the revolution in its context. I want to explain what we have lined up for you. We have, in a few moments I'm going to pass over, after we have a question and answer session, I'm going to pass over to the comedy part of the evening, and we've got a man tonight, Vladimir McTavish, one of the stand-up comedians. Who else would you have on a Scottish evening to celebrate the Russian Revolution if you didn't have Vladimir McTavish? We've got the fabulous Susan Morrison, we've got Andy Murray, and we've got comedians who are going to make you laugh your socks off. After that, we've got the Scottish debut of a band, Alistair Hewlett's new band called the Malkeys. And the Malkeys represent that part of entertainment that makes sure you enjoy yourself at the end of the day. And if you don't, it's back to the gulags that we all call our mortgaged homes in Edinburgh. So that's the plan for this evening, and I want to welcome you all to tonight's show. It's terrific that you're all here. I wanted to say, before I introduce the main guest this evening, that it's terrific to have you all here. It's terrific for us to have, absolutely over the moon, to have the man who co-wrote with Warren Beatty the film Reds, the Hollywood epic Reds, the classic account of the Russian Revolution. A man who also wrote a play called The Comedians, so he covers both aspects of tonight. He also wrote on TV a play and a series on TV, I don't know if you remember it, I certainly did. It was called Will Brand, and it was about a Labour activist who becomes a Labour MP and wrestles with the question, wrestles against selling the jerseys, and it ran for 11 weeks apparently on STV in the 1980s. They were going to make a sequel about a Labour activist who became a Labour MP and didn't sell the jerseys, but apparently that was too far-fetched a script for anybody to believe. So we're delighted, and I can assure you he's here, the man who co-wrote the Hollywood epic Reds. I wonder if you'll give a big Stand Comedy Club welcome for Mr. Trevor Griffiths, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to welcome Trevor to Edinburgh. First of all, that kills stone dead those rumours that were circulating around the city that he wasn't coming, in that famous left tradition of publicising somebody like Tony Benn and they don't come. This is in fact Trevor Griffiths. Have a good look at him, and I hope you'll recognise him from today's Glasgow Herald and other places. What we're going to do is, we thought that the best way here would be to have a question and answer session with Trevor. I'm going to, Treasure I nearly called him there, Trevor. I'm going to ask him a couple of questions, and then by all means I'm going to open it up to anybody in the audience who'd like to ask Trevor a question. And what we'll do is, although I can't see a bloody thing for you, right, eventually we'll put up the lights and I'll see your hands, but if you'd rather not ask the question yourself, you can pass us up the question you're naming it and we'll ask Treasure, okay? Treasure. Here's a Treasure. I've spent all day with him. The first thing I'd like to make clear is, the first question to anybody from Edinburgh, Trevor, would be, have you had your tea? Now, I took him for his tea at 6 o'clock, right? We're at Giuliano's, and I want to make that absolutely clear that he's had his tea. Somebody from Motherwell couldn't make sure he didn't come to Edinburgh have his tea, right? But Trevor, he's looking round to see who he knows. But Trevor, have you been to Edinburgh before?
Many times.
Yeah. Okay, that was a short answer, and they'll be like that throughout the evening most of the time. Now, what I wanted to do was I wanted to separate this kind of theme into two parts. Firstly about the Russian Revolution, and then the second part will be more about the film Reds, what you thought of Warren Beatty and that kind of thing. Okay, so what I've wanted to start by asking Trevor was, what does the Russian Revolution mean to you?
Well, it's meant a lot of different things at different times. I mean, I remember distinctly growing up about 15 or 16 wanting to be a Bolshevik, but not really having any idea how to be one. And I thought, first of all, that it was to do with costume. And then I thought maybe it's to do with makeup, and then I thought maybe I have to have a character. And what I didn't realize was I was becoming a playwright, working out scenes and so on. What did it mean to me? It meant everything and it meant nothing. It meant the beginning of possibilities for people like me, born in the working class, living in the working class, wanting to do something about the inequities and injustices that surrounded me, that swamped me.
When did you first learn about what age did you when you're talking to?
Well, I went to a Catholic school, so it took a while.
Wasn't on the curriculum?
Immediately, no. But after I'd written to, at 16 I wrote to the Pope.
To get a reply.
Telling him that I was fairly dissatisfied about what was happening to worker priests, particularly in what we then called South America. And at that point, they put me onto an advanced religious course in religion. And I got an A in that. And it helped me really to persuade the church that I wasn't really worth bothering with. And I persuaded
What
myself.
order?
The Catholic Church.
Yeah, but which order in the Catholic Church?
Which order?
Yes, you're being taught by.
Questions will all be that from.
Jesuits.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about Jesuits except to say that they taught me pretty well everything I know about how to think. And I realized that at the top of their system, they could kill you, and cheerfully would, if you didn't finally kowtow. To get back to the Russian Revolution, it's been a subject of bitter contention for people on the left for a very long time. I thought when I left school and the army that I wouldn't any longer have to deal with discipline and formalisms of one sort or another. But I was wrong. Just defending one's corner in relation to discussions of was Lenin right, was Stalin wrong, what is democratic centralism, and so on and so on and so on. I wasted more energy on those discourses than